Everyone, welcome again to MJS Coaching Football. Sorry about that. Really appreciate you watching my channel, and what I want to talk to you today is about one of our sim pressures that is a read plug that's going to involve both inside linebackers, okay? And this particular one is best, in my opinion, out of our Michigan sim pressure front. So what I'll do is over here, I'll go through the key terms for you. Okay, make sure you understand them. And then over here, I'll bring it to life. Okay. All right. So, first up, this is what we call Michigan Moe. Okay. So, Michigan is the sim pressure front, Moe is the double read plug. All right. And then the coverage I'll get to down here. And this is out of our five front system, with three down defenders. Okay. And so, as you can see here, we got six guys up on the line simulating pressure, which is the whole point. We got our normal secondary shell. Alrighty. So, the first key term here is just simply, what is a plug read? Right? Well, plug's one of our families, and a plug, here you go, non-subscribers, is a freebie. But from here on out, you got to push the button. A plug is any second or third level defender blitzing B gap to B gap. Okay? So in our plug read, the second inside linebacker is reading the offensive guard. And his rule is to go butt side of the guard. So how that impacts what happens in the protection will impact where most likely that second read linebacker is going to end up. Okay? Number two term here is, and it's not necessarily a term, but it's part of what we're trying to accomplish. We create an immediate A, B, C gap threat. Immediate. So we have pressure, immediate pressures in A, B, and C gap on both sides in this case. All right. So anytime you cover the five offensive linemen or you threaten all the gaps, it forces one of two protections: straight man or full slide with a running back on the defensive end, right? And that's what we're trying to accomplish. So again, that will factor into how the pressure will end up succeeding and how it impacts that second read inside linebacker. So just as this is more a reminder, number three, different starting point, same end point. Again, please don't ever assume that when you tell your guys, hey, we're going to run Moe, they're like, yeah, babe, we're good. But now you got people lined up in places they don't normally lined up, and yet they're going to end it right. So make sure you emphasize that. Make sure you walk through it with your guys in meetings first. If you have time on the field, walk through on the field, right? And then they'll feel, oh, yeah, I got it now. And then you can do it full speed. Okay? Because you're trying to get buy-in, and you can't get buy-in unless there's confidence. And so, an opinion, don't ever assume. Okay? Number four here is going to bring the coverage in now. For us, when both inside linebackers are part of a pressure, we call monsoon. Okay? And what that means is there's going to be a freeway call, because in monsoon, since both inside linebackers are in the pressure, right, who's going to cover the running back? We have our safeties. Okay, they spin to the back. So I'll show that to you up here. If the back comes to them on the snap, because he's not going to just stand there, then they spin that way. If he comes to them in the other direction, they'll spin opposite. So you end up in a one high, middle closed. Right? So this ends up as being a man free. Okay, monsoon. So now let's go through this with you. Okay. So I'm going to put up on the screen the situation where we're going to get, because of the alignment, we're going to get a full slide protection and the running back blocking the edge defender. Okay? Because these guys are a couple yards outside, and you got a loose B gap, right? Three tech on both guards, and an immediate A gap threat, you're most likely going to get a full slide. Okay? So for right now, we'll just say they're going to full slide to our left, their right. Okay, hopefully that makes a little bit of sense to you. I'll put the running back in black. All righty? So full slide to our left, running back to our right. So what happens here? In Moe, begins with an M, so that means the lucky Ringo goes to the Mike. So this is a Ringo. Moe is the penetrator. He's going to plug a gap no matter what. The backer is the second or the read plug. So the backer is going to read the opposite guard and go butt side of that guard. Okay? So that's what this is. But before I show you all that, what do the stud, nose, and the end do in this, right? So both of our defensive ends are in the C gaps. They have outside cage. The nose goes A gap opposite the call. So Ringo, he's going to go A gap. So he's going to rip across the face of the guard. The rover and the dimes, in this scenario, they're both deuce defenders. Both corners are always ace. Number one, number two, right? They got number two, number one. So the freeway with the two safeties, the running back comes here. The whip in this case is going to spin down because he's going to take the running back. He can't just assume, oh, well, he's going to block the road. You know, can't assume that. You're going to spin down in case he becomes a check release guy. So now the Falcon's going to spin to the middle. Here's your one high, right? Middle closed, right? One high. Here he is. Remember, it's man free. Okay? So now let's get to the blitz itself. So there's not going to be any drop. On snap of the football, the Mike is plug blitzing immediately right off the butt of the center. Okay? Hard. Make a move. Don't drift. Don't run into the guard. So that gives the center the opportunity to help. As tight off of that hip of the center as you could possibly be. The backer will pop off. So his inside footer, his right foot is up. His left foot is up. He digs off his left toe. He's going to pop off his right toe. Pop and then read. So he sees the slide coming into him. He's going to be up into the B gap. If the slide were going the other way, he'd be in the A gap. So then, yes, there'd be two linebackers up in the A gap. You got it. All the more reason for that Mike to be tight off the hip. He ends up picking the center. Okay? If the slide were coming to the pressure side. Slide's going away, he still does the same thing. I don't want our guys overthinking. Okay, so, now if I got to read the slide, right, it's to me or it's away. No. Pin the hip of that center. It just so happens if the slide's coming to you, you're picking the center. Otherwise, he's going away. That's the guard's got to really hustle to block you. So there's just as likely a chance that the Mike makes the penetrating pressure as the read backer does. Okay? But that is what Moe is. He's going to pop off, get over there ASAP, and he's got to pop quick because he's got the nose coming in the A gap replacing him. And this pop hopefully draws the eyes of the center, which opens it up for the nose as well. So you should have the potential for two immediate A-gap pressures. And that forces the quarterback off his spot. In likelihood, it's not perfect, but the likelihood is he'll get a little B-gap pressure, and now you got a running back and a tackle, kind of a little bit of limbo. Okay, a little bit of limbo. So for us, that is Michigan Moe Monsoon. We want to simulate the pressure, and in this case, we're bringing the pressure. It's a 5-man pressure. So thank you for watching again. I do appreciate it. Sorry for the little whatever happened delay at the beginning. Any questions, please reach out to me at CoachMJSullivan@gmail.com because I would love to talk football with you.